Pitchsider. Pitchside for every game.
Hello and welcome to the Pitchsider Podcast. Hope you are very, very well. Hope you've had a fantastic week. Been interesting. There's been some news this week regarding managers, as well as we've had the Conference League and Champions League final. Obviously not as many games now as the season now has officially come to a close. So we'll run through both the games and then we'll talk about some of the transfer rumours, some confirmed transfers and everything that's happened so far in the past week. And then next week we will be fully doing a Euro podcast, getting you all up to speed, ready for that, talking through all the different group stages and who we will predict to win. So let's start talking about the Conference League final. So this was a 1-0 victory to Olympiacos. Striker El Kalabi scored his 11th goal in the Conference League this season, struck 4 minutes from the end of extra time as Olympiacos beat Fiorentina in the Conference League final to become the first Greek side to win a European trophy. The Moroccan striker hero of Olympiacos runs into the final, stooped low to head in the cross and spark Fernando in the AKE arena in Athens. A lengthy video VAR check confirmed the goal and the competition and place in Greek history. It's the second year of a dramatic heartbreak for Fiorentina after the Italian side were beaten by West Ham in last year's final thanks to Jared Bowen's goal. Olympiacos flew out of the box as they attempted to reward their support, who had travelled a short distance from their home to their rival's home in AKA in North Athens. It was only the second time the Greek team had reached a European final while Fiorentina were playing in their sixth. Both sides traded blows in the first half and promised goalmouth action but resulted in few chances. On loan, Wolves midfielder Provence forced Fiorentina goalkeeper into a fine save as they left open to 3 minutes. This was a great. It wasn't the best game of football. 0-0, quite boring for the first sort of leg. The Greek team won it, which was great for Greek football. Olympiacos thrashed Unai Emery's Villarreal in a 6-2 aggregate in the semi-finals, but they still went into the game's underdogs against Fiorentina looking to right wrongs from last season. This was great to see them do really well in this competition and great to see a different team win this competition. I think the Conference League's had a few bad reps about it, but it gives teams, especially like Greek, who wouldn't stand a chance in like the likes of the Champions League and Europa League, a chance to actually do well in a competition, go really far, and to come up against a side like Villa and beat them 6-2 on aggregate. And also this Fiorentina team, they've done really well to get this far, so congratulations to them. And it's a great way to end their season push on for more next season as they enter the Europa League if they haven't got it through their league as well. It'd be great to see them next season do really well. Many people obviously might not have watched this game as it's not a big competition. It's obviously the third tier of the Champions League. The Champions League final, which was on a Saturday, which was between Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid at Wembley. Real Madrid rode their luck and overcame an outstanding challenge from Borussia Dortmund to win the Champions League 2-0 at Wembley. Carlos Ancelotti wrote more history with his 5th win as a coach in a competition where Real claimed the crown of 15 times in a trademark fashion as they survived a torrid first half and several missed opportunities from Dortmund before they came on top. Dortmund's Carmine Adiraki missed 2 first-half chances and Nicolas Floss hit the post while recalling the Real Madrid keeper. Courtois also provided a formidable barrier. Real Neves raised the stakes with a Carvajal glancing home header from the corner 16 minutes before Vinicius Jr. raced clear on a Jude Bellingham pass to score the second 9 minutes later. It crowned a glorious first season for Real Madrid, England, Bellingham, but it was a night of disappointment for Jadon Sancho, who's on loan from Dortmund from Manchester United. It was a very good game, very end-to-end. Dortmund should have taken their chances. If they did in the first half, could have been another sort of way. This means that players like Carvajal and Modric, Nacho and Kroos all depart with 6 medals, which is a record in Champions League. And it was Toni Kroos's last game as well for Real Madrid. So he is retiring. He will play in the Euros, but after that he will be retiring from football. Hopefully this sets England star Bellingham on the right course. Bellingham did miss a huge chance before setting up Vinicius Jr. for the second, but what a campaign he's had since joining Borussia Dortmund. England will hope he's sights are set on their young superstar perfect for Euros. Unfortunately, Dortmund went in the Champions League final as heavy underdogs, but played well enough and created opportunities to make a mockery of that tag in the superb first 45 minutes. Courtois did really well to stop them from doing this, but it was also no avail as they lost their second Champions League final at Wembley after last time missing out against Bayern Munich in 2013. The coach reflected on this year's events at Wembley, and he'll be doing what he can to sense what he might have gone wrong. Obviously, Jadon Sancho was highlighted here in this report, he did really well, obviously on loan, and also Ian Matson's on loan from there. And this was also the last game for Borussia Dortmund legend Royce. It was his last game at the club. He came on halfway through the game. Unfortunately, he was not able to crown his success at Dortmund with a goal or the trophy. Congratulations, one end, and really despite for the other, and most of the English coverage was under Bellingham, obviously winning his first Champions League final. If you don't expect to see Real Madrid this next season, I don't know what you're going to expect, as they have confirmed today. Real Madrid have signed Mbappe from PSG on a free transfer. So that is the biggest news coming out of football so far today. This was probably the worst kept secret. He will be joining Real Madrid next season where he fits into that squad is going to be interesting, where Bellingham probably drop back. But the talent they've now got with Vinicius Jr. They've also signed Endrick, who will be joining them from Palmas in Brazil. It's going to be really interesting to see where they go. And they're going to be a force to reckon with. They're really good defensively and going forward. So attacking, adding more world-class players, that mix is going to be a recipe for success. Wouldn't be surprised if they do go on to win the Champions League next season as well. If someone can beat them, it's going to be great. Definitely going to be interesting to see. Chelsea also have confirmed news. They have confirmed that Leicester's Mark Ross, Leicester's manager, has joined them and will be the manager to replace Pochettino. And he will be bringing his whole squad, his whole backroom staff with him, and Chelsea will pay Leicester a £10 million compensation. It'd be interesting to see how he does. Obviously, he's had one really successful season in senior football, but apparently he is meant to be very much like Pep, and his styles are very much to match Pep's. So, look forward to see how Chelsea line up with that and see how they will also progress through. Just looking also with some of the rumours, Chelsea are also close to signing defender Adebaku from Fulham on a free transfer. The Blues believe they are close to a long-term deal for the 26-year-old who is subject to a medical this week. It is understood that he's making a move in order to play in Europe. Newcastle and Manchester United were also interested. He is a former Man City Academy centre-back, rejected an offer to become one of the highest paid Fulham players in April. Chelsea hopes they can improve their record in both attacking and defensive of their new set piece as well. The 6'5" will definitely help. His arrival could accelerate the departure of Trevor Chalobah, who is made available for this summer with Manchester United interested in him. And also Thiago Silva will leave to rejoin Fernandes in the summer as well. So yeah, could be a good very signing for Chelsea. Gives them Premier League experience and definitely a good player to watch. Elsewhere, Mourinho has been confirmed as the Fenerbahce coach as of yesterday. Definitely came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden this came up. It's going to be interesting to see how he does in Turkey, where he can accelerate Turkish football. A lot of people do follow the sport as well, so it's going to be interesting to see where this goes as well. Obviously, as the Euros come closer, so does the transfer window. The transfer window will open halfway through the summer, obviously the best place to keep up to date with all of the news is the Pitchsider website and social medias, and we will keep you up to date with all of the news on here as well. Atletico Madrid defender Savic is to leave the club this summer. He is good. Atletico Madrid have given the green light to leave as a free agent this summer. He was under contract until June 2025, but he will leave as for free as he wanted. The club has requested. Several clubs are keen on Savic. Tottenham Fender is also keen on a move to AC Milan, which is Emerson Royal. He will be joining this summer Spurs as he's wanted for around 17 million. It could be interesting to see. He didn't really play much this season. He joined Spurs from Barcelona in a 27.7 deal in September 2021. So he is doing well. Obviously never really settled into that squad in Spurs. It's going to be interesting to see where he can go. Talking about Marco Reus, Los Angeles Galaxy have confirmed their proposal of Marco Reus in order to sign him as a also was confirmed that Edison Cavani has confirmed his retirement from international football 3 weeks before the Copa America. And West Ham have signed Bruno with a verbal agreement now in place between West Ham and Fermend. 28-year-old centre-back for £12 million with 1.5 million. He will be the first signing of the new West Ham's coach. Talking about some of the rumours, Bayern Munich have made approach for Portuguese midfielder Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. Jadon Sancho is ready to go back to United following the England's spell at Borussia Dortmund, but only if Eric leaves this summer. Victor Osimhen is an interesting one to watch this season. He has links from Arsenal and also Saudi Arabia, as where Chelsea have called their interest this summer. An interesting club to watch is definitely Palace. They have Elise and Eze, who likely probably are to be sold. They are looking at Dutchman at Somerville from Leeds as a potential replacement. Somerville is also a target for Liverpool. Kevin De Bruyne, who turns 31 later this month, is expected to receive offers to leave Man City this summer. Cristiano Ronaldo has spoken to two former teammates in a bid to persuade them to join Al Nassr, which is Nacho and also Casemiro in the Saudi Arabia. Tottenham could make an offer for Nottingham Forest England winner Hudson-Odoi. Newcastle will attempt to complete the deal of English centre-back Kelly after missing out on the Fulham one. West Ham have moved closer to a £25.5 million deal for Brazilian forward Lucas Gamorra from Palmeiras. Fulham have made Arsenal's Smith Rowe one of their summer targets for this as a priority, and they are ready to bid for the 23-year-old early in the window. And former Chelsea and Tottenham boss is expected to be named as Napoli coach later on this week. So yeah, that's keeps you up to date with all of the news that's happened this week. As mentioned, obviously a bit shorter. And yeah, now we will be going into our Euros sort of broadcast. So next week we'll talk about the Euros, and then as throughout the podcast and throughout the 4 weeks, we'll be talking about the Euros and all of the games that have happened. And yeah, we'll definitely keep you on top of all of the news that comes out of there, and also the Copa America also. There is now 2 articles on the Pitchsider for Group A and B, giving you a rundown of both those squads. And yeah, definitely talking about the teams. And this week should be a Group C, which comes out tomorrow, and a Group D, which comes out on Friday. So definitely do check out the Pitchsider's website for that. As the latest articles and any news, please check out our social medias. We also do have a Americas page called the Pitchsider Americas if you want to keep up with any news from the Copa Americas and any transfers that happens from the MLS to Mexico, and also some of the Brazilian leagues. We'll keep you up to date with all of there. It's definitely worth checking out if you aren't subscribed yet. So thank you for listening. Hope you've had a fantastic week. And yeah, hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you next week for the start of the Euros. So thank you for listening, and goodbye.
For all the latest news, transfers, and football articles, check out thepitchsider.com. It's the place to be. Contact us on our socials. Instagram and Twitter is @thepitchsider, or via email is thepitchsider@hotmail.com.